डायरीज और आज हम स्ट्रीट पर है मिस्टर इंडिया गोकुल गणेशन के साथ में. So join me as I welcome him only on Zoom. First of all, lovely to have you. और वीकेंड का मजा लेने के लिए हम आए हैं यहाँ पे कुछ खाने के लिए. आज आपकी डाइट पे आपको कॉम्प्रोमाइज तो करना पड़ेगा.
Sorry ma'am, I have to go to Vietnam super soon representing our country at Mr. World. So I will not be able to eat the food, but I'm sure going to have a lot of fun with you and see what are the things that you are eating.
But I have to definitely see कि मिस्टर इंडिया का डाइट कैसे होता है because ये डाइट मुझे ज़रूर जानना है. I'm sure मुझे यूजफुल नहीं होगा but कुछ ना कुछ तो टिप्स ले ही सकते हैं. Sure?
Whatever I can.
Let's go and let's see. I could see some like अच्छे से आपके डाइट के हिसाब से वहाँ पे कुछ appetizers बन रहे हैं which are like grilled and I think you can have grilled food, right?
Done. Grilled mushrooms, grilled paneer. Let's go.
Let's go. हेलो
भैया.
आपके पास यानी क्या है जो ग्रिल्ड है जो अच्छा है खाने में?
पनीर है, मशरूम, सोया चाप, चिकन टिक्का, रैप से स्टार्टर है.
ये सब स्टार्टर्स में है.
Yes.
He also has soya chop. You want to try soya chop?
Sure, actually I've not had it that
है ना?
much, so I would love to try soya
Would
chap.
be something different, ना?
Yeah,
तो एक
let's go for
सोया
it.
चाप कर दो और एक पनीर कर दो. What do you say? And पनीर मशरूम मिक्स कर दो.
हाँ,
Yeah,
perfect.
है ना
Type
perfect.
starter.
साथ ही आई थिंक लाइक बिकॉज इवनिंग का माहौल है एंड इवनिंग के टाइम पे वी रियली नीड लाइक समथिंग गुड चाय या तो कॉफ़ी. सो आर यू अ चाय पर्सन और अ कॉफ़ी पर्सन?
I am a coffee person, but आज हम चाय पियेंगे.
So now we have come over here. As you could see, Gokul, there are a lot of other
Yeah.
food items.
Everything
There's
is
ragda,
delicious.
there is patties, and then there is litti chokha, right? Litti chokha बना रहे हो ना?
So
बिहारी.
close yet so far.
Yeah. ये जो बन रहा है बताइए आप.
मसाला कुल्हड़ चाय.
और शक्कर ना मीडियम डालना, एकदम से ज़्यादा मत डालना. मीठा नहीं है ना?
हाँ.
एक्चुअली हाँ वो अच्छा रहेगा. ठीक है.
अदरक रहेगा, अदरक.
अदरक ऑफ कोर्स, अदरक भी रहेगा, इलायची भी रहेगा. अच्छा यानी स्ट्रॉन्ग बनाना बट शक्कर मीडियम रखना.
सब डालो भैया.
बट गोकुल आप स्ट्रीट पर यहाँ पे जब से आप बॉम्बे में आए हो, यू नो हाउ मेनी टाइम्स हैव यू बीन ऑन द स्ट्रीट्स ऑफ मुंबई?
So many times. I actually love the street food of Bombay, especially that anda-bhurji that we get with pav. I love it. So wherever I go, I try to find places and vada pav. I eat all of it when I'm not on a diet. But right now, unfortunately or fortunately, I have to maintain a strict diet. So I can't eat any of it. But I love street food.
Of course, like we all are trying to follow a certain diet, you know, get into shape. But with Mr. India specifically, you know, because you have to look in a certain manner.
Yeah. Very
Diet
important.
काफी strict होता है and that's very important because you're of course flexing your muscles, you're trying to show that, you know, when you're on stage. तो
Yes.
आपके diet के बारे में बताइए कि जो बहुत सारे लोग follow ज़रूर करना चाहेंगे.
Actually, very simple 2 points is cut your fried junk food and sugars. If you can tolerate these two, your diet automatically comes into shape. And most importantly, in Indian diet, what we miss is protein. If you in our day-to-day diet, if you see, it's full of rice and veggies and all of that, dal, but the protein source is missing. So if you're eating this much carbs, eat this much protein as well. That is when it becomes a well-balanced diet. Simple tips. That's it.
That's very interesting, but you know, Gokul, at the same time, I have to ask you this, which is the most interesting and inspiring part of following a diet right now is letting go of sugar. And a lot of people are doing that, you know.
Yeah.
Ek to, even Ori, like basically he let go of sugar, you know, the famous influencer,
I've heard
and
of
he's
it.
lost 23 kgs. Have you ever tried something, you know, so fancy or something very crazy as a diet to lose weight?
No, I think anything that's crazy shouldn't be a part of your diet because drastic changes also your body doesn't take it so well.
Yeah.
It has to be very sustainable and you have to think about it. You have to plan your nutrition. You have to lose weight in a healthy way, right? It's not like you just stop eating and you starve yourself and then you become skinny. That's not a great way for your inner health or your gut health also. So I would suggest start small and then build a sustainable diet so that it becomes a part of your life and it keeps going for a lifetime, right? It's not a destination, it's a journey.
But as you're also from South, and
Yeah.
I love South food. Like
Me too.
idli is my favorite go-to. Like when I have to really have the meals and all.
Love
So that way, if I have to say something like, you know, South का खाना मुझे काफी पसंद है. आपका ऐसा कौन सा favorite dish है? And you know what you really follow because South में भी like people feel like कभी कभार you know heavy हो जाता है. But at the same time, there's a certain diet you follow for South, जिससे diet काफी control में रहता है. आपके लिए कौन सा है वो?
Actually, to be very honest, my diet has nothing to do with South Indian food.
Yeah.
Only while growing up, we used to eat idli, dosa for breakfast, rice for lunch and dinner because we have the habit of eating rice. Rice is our staple food. For me, right now, I eat boiled chicken and boiled veggies, fruits, and protein shakes. This is what my diet is of. So South Indian food and my diet are two different poles at the moment.
Basically, the diet what you're following versus the South Indian food. घर पे कौन सी ऐसी dish है South Indian especially because I'm sure your mom cooks the best meal.
Mom is
What is that one dish?
fantastic cook.
I'm sure about it. What is that one dish you really love? Made by her.
Okay, her chicken biryani, I have to say, is one of the best. It's
Yeah.
so good. Hot when we all put it in the plate and eat it with a little bit of brinjal and raita. It just goes down, and I think I will eat at least 3 plates of it. It's that tasty. And actually, my mom is a fantastic cook. Anything she makes, be it from fish curry to it could be as simple as a chicken fry or a mutton fry. Everything is so good. I don't know what she does. Maybe it's the touch of her hand. Yeah.
I'm sure माँ के हाथों में जादू तो
beats
होता है. You can never say that उनका खाना कभी खराब होगा. But I have to ask कि आपने अपनी मॉम को कितनी बार परेशान किया है किचन में while trying to cook meals?
Whenever I'm trying to experiment, and since I'm working on launching my own coffee chain also, I keep taking a lot of samples. I keep doing, and she's like, why can't you just keep it clean while doing it? So I make a mess while doing it and I clean it in the end. But she wants it to be clean throughout, so that goes a battle. When she's cooking, I'll try my coffee, and then we both run into each other, and it's a fun situation at home in the kitchen.
Really?
Yeah.
And I think like वो बहुत जब उनके kitchen में especially जब जाओ, like even with my mother, like if I go to the kitchen during her cooking hours, she really gets frustrated, like why the hell are you here types. Does that happen to you?
No, she has been frustrated sometimes just because there might be a lot of people at home whom she's cooking food for, and I'll be doing my own thing, trying to different coffees and all of that. But I think she enjoys it also because I don't get to spend as much time at home as I would love to. But whenever I go there and I do this masti, she might be that happy frustrated, like move here, move that, don't touch this, don't touch that. But I think she's happy doing it.
But any food item which you have basically like tried cooking and which you really love making?
The thing that I really like making is pasta. I love to make pasta and hot chocolate. Yeah, I try to make it with a little bit of nuts and coffee, and I try to do my own flavors by adding a little bit of white chocolate and all of that. So I try to experiment, and it comes out pretty nice, I think.
And any food item which you have really tried and turned out to be a disaster?
Oh yeah, once I tried chili chicken, but there was no chili, only chicken, which tasted a little too bad. Yeah.
Gokul, when you have been here in Mumbai, I'm sure like you would want to relish food items of certain Bollywood celebrities which we know. If anyone which you really look up to, जिसका diet भी आपको जानना है, साथ में उनका घर का खाना भी खाना है, who's that one?
Bollywood personality?
Yeah.
I think Ranveer Singh. Yeah, I don't know. He's like this mirchi, right? Because he bursts with energy. I want to know what he eats and how he is the way he is,
And I've heard he eats a lot of like healthy meals and all. I
Yeah.
was trying to do some research because even I got
I'm
like quite.
sure. Yeah, because you look at that person, he walks in and he gives you that energy, right? And that's what everybody wants to be. Because you walk in and you be the life of that place. You give everybody that positive feeling. So I would love to know what he eats.
And when it comes to South, अगर South actors में से किसी के साथ में घर में जाके खाना खाना हो या किसी के साथ में like time भी spend करना हो, वो कौन होगा?
Kamal Hassan. Not just because of his acting, but even when he talks about food, he's a big time foodie. He says that I can't cook anything, but I eat everything, which is also something very interesting. So, and with his expertise and experience in everything, I would love to just sit down for a meal, enjoy the meal and the conversation and the knowledge that he will be able to share.
Sure. And now that उसी बात पे, let's just stop a bit and let's enjoy and concentrate a
Let's
bit
go.
on our masala chai.
Yes.
Right?
So
चाय तो हम लोग ने पी लिया है यहाँ पर, and the chai was
beautiful.
Beautiful or tasty काफी थी actually.
It was very
शायद
nice
से next
because
time he will definitely
the
come over
smell
here.
was so good, and then when I took that first sip, it hit my brain.
तो चाय तो काफी अच्छी थी. अब चाय के बाद में let's have chaat. Correct? Let's go.
After you, man.
So first I would like you to have it.
No, we'll do at the same time.
अच्छा.
Yeah.
So
Paneer or
I'll go for mushrooms actually.
Okay, then mushroom.
Let's see. Though I'm not sure if mushrooms suit me or not, but cheers to this also.
Cheers. Very nice.
Very tasty. The chutney is also good.
Chutney is also soft and good flavor.
Yeah.
Very tasty.
You know, we are trying to get like proteins, which is a very good thing, I feel. And I think I'm sure your diet is also quite high on proteins.
Yeah, it's very high on protein actually. How I calculate my protein is I weigh my body and then multiply it by 2. That is the grams of protein per day I take.
Oh.
While I'm on maintenance. If I want to grow it, then it's higher than that.
But how do you basically like, you know, as I'm sure like a lot of people really want to know one thing, because Mr. India,
Yeah.
when you become on, you know, and you have a crown like that, there's a lot of pressure to have a certain diet. If you could give tips or, you know, to a lot of people who follow, you know, because right now we all are like trying to get in shape. What is that one thing which you really follow and one thing you really say that, you know, you should be avoiding?
I think first thing is to have a very easy diet where you can find things everywhere, because if you make a very extremely hard diet, then whenever you keep moving you'll break it. So that is the first key. What people think is if you want to eat healthy, you always have to be like only eat broccoli or stuff like that. That's not true. Eat clean and eat healthy and eat things that are very local and you can find in every neighborhood. That is one major tip that I would like to give. And one thing that you should avoid is sugar and fats. Anything that's deep fried, you should definitely avoid.
Abhi? But I have to ask you this also, you know, Gokul, as you said, like, of course, you know, we have to try to eat, you know, as much as in calculation. How much of workout is required? Like, because people go crazy. Some of them are like following 3 hours of, you know, workouts and all. Do you feel itna strenuous hone ki zarurat hai?
No, not at all actually. If you take out of 100%, 80% is what you eat. Only 20% is what you work out. So in a day, 45 to 60 minutes of weight training and 30 minutes of cardio and stretching is perfectly alright for you to be absolutely fit and keep yourself very strong. So I don't believe in working out for 3-4 hours in a day at all. Just 60 to 75 minutes, proper training, and then 30 minutes of cardio and stretching should perfectly be alright. Yeah.
So like when you do so much of, you know, like as you said, like almost 1 hour of a workout, right?
Yeah.
On a daily basis.
Yeah,
But
weight
do you
training.
feel weight training basically? And do you feel like cardio is including with weight training does help for muscles and also like for the, you know, for the body basically to structureize?
No, actually cardio helps you with endurance and it also helps you to, you know, after you work out, I do my cardio after I work out. Because it's sort of like a cool down also, but keeps your heart rate at a certain point where your fat starts burning. So I would suggest mix up a little bit of weight training with cardio every day. Should keep you really fit, and 5 times a day or 4 to 5 times a week you should train. 2 days should be off because that's when you can recover, and only when you recover you can grow.
So of course the glow is required for everyone out there, and the Mr. India is glowing and going from here to Vietnam. And as we talk about Vietnam, you know, India is getting represented over here. It's not that easy to get the crown to the country because of course there are a lot of people who are also competing.
Yes.
How much of a pressure are you holding on to yourself, and what is that one mantra you're following for your journey?
Okay, so my mantra is very simple. I look at things as controllable and uncontrollable. What I can control is the process, how much I prepare myself so that I can represent our country at the world stage at my best form, because I can only work on myself, right? I can't worry about the results. It's not in my hands. So if I focus and work out and make sure that I put the best version of myself over there, that's how I represent my country with pride and honor. If I sit and think that I should win Mr. World and I will only focus on winning, then it never gets done. I think that's the simple trick. And whatever is not in my hands, I just don't worry about it.
And of course, and of course, it's a saying basically that what you cannot control, just let go, because
Exactly. Yeah.
let time fly by, let life pass by, and let life happen, and that is how you create magic. And magic तो हम बाद में create करेंगे. फिलहाल हम शायद से सोया चाप खा लेते हैं because वो हमने try नहीं किया है.
Yeah,
Let's
I've been
like hop
watching
on to
it
it.
for a while now. I
Yeah,
think we
तुम्हारी
should-
नजर लग चुकी है
Yeah.
उसके. Cheers.
Cheers. This is also very nice.
Yeah.
I think we're good. We had a beautiful chai. I call it beautiful because it was like symphony. And then this, our mushrooms and the paneer with the soya chop have perfectly finished our evening snack. Thank you so much.
But lovely chatting with you, and of course looking forward to see your work, and especially to see you presenting India, at Vietnam. But before that, I have to ask you, after Mr. World, what is next step for you?
My next step is to come back, start my coffee chain, and then work my way into the acting industry. So that other plans as of now. And for now, but all I'm thinking about and focused on getting the title back home, because Mr. World is such a big platform and representing our country is such an honor, and that is all I can think of right now.
And I'm sure like we are having like very high hopes from you, but more so from you, we really have good expectations out of you, and we are positive that you may get the crown back home.
That means a lot. Thank you so much. Your support and everybody's support is really going to help us support India at Mr. World when I go represent our country at Vietnam.
Thank you so much for your time, and all the very best, Gokul. But